A road rage incident turns deadly. I heard about this story in Frisco, Texas, here about a few weeks ago. Frisco is right outside of the Dallas area, actually where I live at. So this hits very close to home because this is literally Frisco is like 10 minutes away from where me and my family live. These road rage incidents are just getting crazy. I mean, this is definitely not the first story like this that I've heard of this year. I've seen just a big uptick in a lot of incidents like this. And it's very, very disturbing. It's very disturbing. And I'm going to give my thoughts, after watching the video, but just self-control and how one decision in a split second can completely change your entire life. It's just crazy to me. I'm going to try to block out the faces of the people involved just out of respect, but I'm going to play this video and then we'll talk about it a little bit after it's off.
In a dark corner of the Frisco High School parking lot, Frisco police kept TV news cameras at an extreme distance. Later, we learned why. A man was face down in that parking lot, shot and dying. He said he was involved in a road rage with another driver and confessed he'd shot that other driver. An arrest affidavit shows that he told police a man now identified as 34-year-old Robert Taylor of Plano was tailgating him, so he brake checked him, that they pulled into the Frisco High School parking lot, that Taylor approached his driver's side window yelling at him, reached through the window and punched him in the face. And Bartek confessed that in response, that is when he shot with his pistol at least twice. Robert Taylor was officially pronounced dead at a hospital. A report from Everytown Research shows that more than 100 people are killed in road rage incidents in the U.S. each year, with someone wounded or killed in a road rage incident on average every 18 hours. In Frisco now, police are investigating this one more.
So a situation happens where two guys are driving. One starts tailgating the other one, so he's riding him really close, and the guy feels a way about that, and so, he slams on the brakes, and so it ends up in this tense situation. They pull over into a parking lot. Words are exchanged. It sounds like the victim reached into the guy's car, punched him, and then the other guy pulls out a gun and shoots him, and the guy passes away. A lot of you all, if you all are watching or listening to this, y'all have probably been in traffic and you've been driving and somebody is riding a little too close to your bumper, right? Or you're driving and somebody swerves over into your lane and they almost cut you off and they're like within a few inches of clipping you or hitting you or something like that, right? I know I've experienced that. We got to ask ourselves a question. In that moment, you might be pissed off. You might be upset. You might be angry. You might feel disrespected. You might feel all those things. Is it worth your life, though? Our anger and our lack of self-control in that moment, that situation that they had, I guarantee that was no more than probably 10 or 15 seconds. Like that tailgating that was happening, like when it first happened, when the guy looked back and realized that this person is really close to me, he had a few seconds to make a decision. A few seconds. This person is too close to my car. What do I do? I'm upset. I'm angry. I feel disrespected. What do I do? And a lot of us as men in those moments, we react. There are guys that I have seen lose their life over a reaction that took about 7 to 10 seconds. There are guys I know that have gotten jail time over a reaction that happened in 7 to 10 seconds. Imagine sitting in a jail cell. Imagine having a future, having goals, and your entire life getting thrown away, sitting in a jail cell for decades over something that you did in 7 to 10 seconds. Here's another way to handle that situation. I have had people come within inches of hitting my car. I've had people cut me off in traffic going 80 on the highway. I've had people tailgate me super close and then, drive by me looking down in my car like they're trying to intimidate me or something. I've had these things happen. Guess what? I don't care. I don't care. Like, it does not make you more of a man to prove that you're tough. It does not make you more of a man to cuss somebody out or flick them off, give them the finger because they did something you don't like in traffic. Like, it actually is very immature. So guys, do not put yourself in situations like this. When I saw this video, it was heartbreaking to me because a life was lost over something so petty, over ego, over pride. Somebody does something that makes you upset or makes you angry. We've got to think about long term. We've got to think about peace. We've got to think about, is this worth my life? Is this worth going where it could go? Hey, you got it. You got it. If it makes me look weak, if it makes me look like I don't want to fight or, look soft or whatever, who cares? I don't care. I value peace, and we should all value peace in our life. All right, so here's another one, guys. So this incident actually happened in the Dallas area as well. This one involved actually women. So the other incident was 2 men involved. This incident involved women, but I still believe that this is very important because it's along the same lines of what we just talked about with the prior story, and just self-control and how just petty situations, man, petty things can lead to a bad situation. So this was very unfortunate. I mean, when I saw this, like, I didn't even know what to say. So let's watch this and we'll talk about it after.
Arrest affidavit says a woman was shot and killed outside a Dallas PetSmart after getting upset at a woman for not saying thank you.
According to an arrest warrant affidavit, Simpson was shot and killed after becoming upset because a woman she held the door open for didn't say thank you. The argument started at the store Five Below Tuesday and then spilled over to the PetSmart in the same South Oak Cliff shopping center off Wheatland Road.
The screaming first caught my attention.
Fox 4 spoke to a 27-year-old ER nurse who walked out of the PetSmart as the 2 women were arguing in the parking lot.
The lady who was the shooter was still instigating, I guess, an argument or a fight or something. But the mom and daughter tried to get in the car and de-escalate the situation, but the lady wasn't having it.
According to the affidavit, Hampton later confirmed 2 detectives. She engaged in the verbal dispute, entering the PetSmart twice and continuing the argument, throwing the drink bottle at Simpson's car when she was about to leave and engaging in a physical altercation with her. Multiple nurses rushed to perform CPR, Simpson's daughter by her mom's side, while also on the phone with 911.
If I could just hug that daughter, I just feel so bad for her.
Now, the suspect, Hampton, remains here at the Dallas County Jail. She does face a murder charge. Yesterday, police say the suspect did take off in her own vehicle. She was later arrested. Surveillance video from that shopping center captured the shooting itself and also the suspect's license plate.
So in this situation, you have a mother that is with her daughter, gets into an incident with another lady. And it sounds like it was just a lot of back and forth and nobody wanted to back down. And this is what happens. This is what happens when pride, this is what happens when our need to be right, our need to feel heard, and all of these things and all of our emotions are taken over. And we have no control. This is what happens. My heart cries for her daughter. I mean, having to witness that, having to see that. And with these situations, it's crazy because the news is going to cover that story, right? They covered that story and then they just move on to the next one, right? It gets played on the news for 2 minutes. People send condolences. They say that they're sorry. I'm praying for your loss. And then when all the news trucks leave and all the cameras are off, that daughter is left without a mother. The other person that took her life is now going to be in prison, probably for the rest of her life. Multiple lives changed forever. Over one incident, over one argument that was stupid. Over a stupid argument, multiple lives changed forever. In Galatians, when the Bible talks about the fruits of the Spirit, one of the fruit that really just resonates the most with me is self-control. And probably because for a long time, I didn't have the best self-control with some of the decisions that I made. And it's one of the reasons that I'm very passionate and I wanted to make this particular video, because I know there are a lot of guys that might be watching this and you might be a little bit of a hothead. You might be the type that when somebody says the wrong thing to you or somebody does something that makes you feel like you're not being respected, you're not being taken serious, your manhood is being challenged, whatever the case might be, right? If you feel that way, I really want you to pay attention to the stories that we just watched. I want you to think about when you're in these situations, is it worth your life? Is your manhood and proving yourself and your ego worth your life? One thing that I started doing, and I heard this a while ago, I can't remember if I read it in a book or I heard it maybe in a sermon. I honestly can't recall where I got it from, but the 7-second rule. And all the 7-second rule says is when you're in tense moments or when you're in situations that could go left really fast, right? Take 7 seconds to think. Just 7 seconds. Like you're in the club and somebody steps on your shoe. You're out somewhere and a guy walks by you and bumps your shoulder too hard, or like whatever. It could be so many different things. You're in traffic and somebody's tailgating you really, really close. Like there could be so many situations that could happen. In those situations, just stop. When you begin to feel that anger, when you begin to feel yourself getting upset or getting frustrated, take 7 seconds and think. If you're having a disagreement in a relationship and you want to say something crazy, you want to say something to that person that you probably shouldn't say, take 7 seconds and just think. You can't get your words back. There are certain actions and certain things we say that we can never take back. Take 7 seconds and just think. I hate that situations like this are happening. I hate that whenever I hear about someone throwing their life away or taking another life over something just so petty, something that could have literally they could have just went on about their day and it would have been nothing. It breaks my heart, man. It breaks my heart. So, look, I just want us to make the best decisions. I want us to make the best choices. If you know somebody that you think could benefit from this video, if you know somebody that you think needs to hear this message, please share this video with them. I don't want us out here making bad choices as young men, as men. We've got to have self-control. We've got to make sure that we're able to keep our emotions in check and prioritize peace. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hope you got something out of this. And more than anything, I hope that you're able to live a life where you're okay with putting your pride to the side sometimes. You're okay with putting your ego to the side, because peace is way more important than that. All right. So hope y'all enjoyed the video. See y'all on the next one.